Watch this video to learn the secrets of how to get good chin lipo results. Hi, my name is Sagar Patel and I'm a double board certified facial plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about chin or double chin liposuction and what it takes to get great results. Now, when it comes down to it, what is submental liposuction? This is a technique where we're removing the fat on the most outside layer of the skin of your neck, all underneath the jawline and the under chin area. This is a technique that uses cannulas or suction to mechanically remove the fat. Now, the first thing you need to understand is what goes into the surgery. I do this surgery under local anesthesia, so you're fully numbed, and then we remove the fat by making 3 tiny pinpoint incisions. The first being under your chin and 1 under each earlobe. What determines who's a good candidate and what kind of results you're gonna get? So I describe the procedure as thinking of a teepee. The foundation of the teepee is the jawbone. The stronger your jawbone, the stronger your chin, the better results you're gonna get. I've had countless patients who want amazing results or complain about a double chin when they don't have that much fat. And the reason is that their chin itself is weak and set further back. And this takes that entire space and squeezes it together, pushing the fat out. What we want is as much space as possible. The very tip of that teepee is going to be a bone called the hyoid. Now, this is the one that's going to determine what kind of results you're going to get. Sometimes you see results and you're like, okay, that's okay. And sometimes you see them and you don't know what the heck just happened. And that's going to be based on hyoid position. The higher and further back that bone, the better results you're gonna get. So when you see people whose neck and chin look like they're connected, that's because that bone is almost forward and really low. And the furthest back we can take that is to where that bone is. Now, since there's nothing we can do about that, what are the things we can do? The first is understanding liposuction techniques. The most important aspect is going to be the aggressiveness and the nature of your surgeon. We need to have a discussion about the outside of that tent, which is your skin. The factors that determine your type of skin are going to be your ethnicity, your age, your genetics, your weight changes. What is going on with that and how are you going to get results if you're 60 or 70 years old? The answer is you can't. The younger you are, the tighter your skin. If your weight is stable, your skin is going to be less elastic. We don't want your skin to have laxity, and if you've gained and lost weight over and over and repeatedly, it doesn't like being stretched out and unstretched. And so the less you do that, the better your result will be. Now, the surgeon aggressiveness comes down to a simple concept. When we have a discussion on the level of results you're looking for, I can guide how much effort I'm going to put in to get that fat out. Now, sometimes surgeons feel that people don't want to be over contoured. You'd think this is a crazy concept, but with over contouring comes little things like little wrinkles in your skin here, or specifically when you look all the way up, you can get a muscle band that forms from taking it out. Many surgeons believe that's something that no one would want, but when you talk to patients, a lot of people are okay with it as long as they have the crazy result that they can have. Not everyone gets it. It's difficult to determine who's gonna get it and who's not, and that's my job to tell you what the likelihood based on your anatomy and the structures that we evaluate during your consultation. But at the same time, it's something that some people, when you understand it's a possibility and you still want crazy results, we can be more aggressive. But that's what it comes down to, is effort and energy of the surgeon. A quick 10-minute lipo is not always gonna get you the same results. I use plain old, regular, nice and sharp cannulas. I don't use special devices that do the work for me and tell me how hard I need to work. I do all the work myself, and that's what gets different results than other before and afters that you see. Now, when it comes down to it, the recovery is fairly simple. We want that skin to suck in. You'll have a little bit of bruising. You'll have a good amount of swelling, but nothing too crazy. And unfortunately, you need to wear a head wrap for at least 1 week. My rules, and different surgeons have different rules, are gonna be that the first week, you wear a head wrap all the time for everyone. If you're under 30, that's only 1 week. Between the ages of 30 and 35, I want you to wear it for 10 days. And if you're over 35, you need to wear that head wrap for 2 weeks. After that, you continue wearing it at night for a couple of weeks. The most important thing is there's very little pain, and it's really just the activity restrictions after surgery that are going to be the inhibiting factors for what sucks after surgery. When it comes down to it, the last myth that's important to understand is that this is not permanent. We're removing the fat, not the fat cells. There is no procedure to permanently remove the fat cells, and if you gain weight afterwards, you will lose results. If you have any further questions about this is a procedure I perform every day almost, and we get some amazing results. Whether you're 21 and want to look snatched, or you're 42 and feel that you've been gaining weight and want to get a little bit back, there's always a possibility to talk to me and I'll be honest with you and tell you if you're a candidate. If you like this video, please leave a comment below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out this channel for other amazing content and look forward to meeting you in person soon.